Hi Kids and Teen Psychology Tribe, we hope you and your family are going well. In this video, I'm going to talk about how you might help calm anxious feelings. But first, here's my take on anxiousness. Most days we experience some anxious feelings. Most of these we ignore or manage by rubbing our arm, telling ourselves it's okay, or distracting ourselves by doing something else. If you see me during an appointment, you probably notice that I run one fingernail under the other. This is how I calm the normal anxiousness that comes with relating to another human being. Anxious feelings are normal and they're just signals from our brain that we're worried about something. At a deeper level, these worries can be fears about being rejected, being hurt, feeling silly, or being alone. If we go back to my anxiousness whilst with my clients, my underlying worry is I hope I can figure this out so I can help, otherwise they might think I'm no good. And ultimately, this is about not being rejected. It's not a big worry or feeling, but something that does affect me. Of course, anxiousness can get much bigger than this, and when people experience prolonged anxiousness or overwhelming events, it can develop into a disorder where people worry most of the time, even when they're not experiencing the anxiety-provoking situation. In this vid, we'll just focus on everyday anxiousness. So, how do you help your kids and teenagers manage their anxiousness? Firstly, it's important to recognise that feelings are never wrong and often they happen without much thought. They may not always match what's happening, but they happen for a reason. Secondly, let your kids know that anxiousness or any other emotion is normal and isn't permanent. When we get anxious, we can feel taken over by this feeling and worry that the feeling won't end and that it's evidence for something seriously wrong. Humans have hundreds of emotional experiences every day, and most of these last a few seconds to a couple of minutes. They arise and pass away, and usually they do this without us having to put in much effort. Knowing that feelings are transient can help our kids not feel overwhelmed when they do experience difficult emotions. Thirdly, by recognising that kids and teenagers are still developing their ability to identify, understand and express their emotions, parents are in a prime position to help with anxiousness. When your kids were babies, you would have done this instinctively. Your baby cried, you automatically attended to your baby, tried to figure out why they were upset, picked them up to comfort them, and probably said something like, "Oh, sweetheart, it sounds like you're feeling hungry. Let's get something to eat." This was the start of helping your child to identify, understand, and express what was going on for them. What you might also remember is that when you did this repeatedly, your baby would start to calm from your words and intention even before they were fed or the problem was fixed. This is the process of acknowledging and validating. Seeing that someone else sees our emotions and gets why we feel this way can help to shrink the emotion. Repeated experiences of this can help kids to know that emotions arise and pass away, that we can cope with even the most difficult emotions, and that if we feel overwhelmed, someone else can help us to work through our worries. Acknowledging and validating our kids' emotions can help them to get back to coping, and often they can then work out their own solutions. Here's an example. Your teenager is starting a new job. In the morning, you see them opening and closing cupboards, throwing stuff about, getting frustrated, trying to find something. You ask what's going on, you nearly get your head bitten off and blamed for not having put the t-shirt in the right spot. You take a moment to consider what might be happening underneath this behaviour and remember they're starting a new job this afternoon. Likely their anxiousness is being expressed as frustration and overwhelm. So, without addressing the frustration, you help them to find the t-shirt, and then when they've calmed a little, not before, otherwise you might be adding fuel to the fire, you might say something like, "Hey, I'm wondering if you're feeling a bit nervous," this is acknowledging, "about starting work this afternoon and you want to make sure everything's right before you leave for school." This is validating. Notice I didn't try to tell them it'd be okay or to not worry about it until later. Even though this might be well-meaning, it is in effect denying their feelings and telling them how to roll. My job as a parent is to help shrink the anxious feelings so I can help my child get back to thinking so that they can think through their difficulties themselves. Or with my help, of course. We hope this has helped in helping your kids calm their anxious feelings. If you've liked this video, then like our page and share it with a friend. Bye for now.